Hi everyone, Velvet here, and I have some stories for you today. But before we get started, can you please do me a huge favor and like, comment, and subscribe? It'll help the channel out and it'll get you more videos like this. Let's get to it. And our first one comes from Big Fenton. Am I the beehole for my neighbor's dog chasing me until it was hit by a car? This Sunday, I was on a morning run, just finishing up back at my house when the dog from a neighbor's house just up the road started chasing me through the middle of the road. I lived on a fairly busy street where the speed limit is 45 miles an hour. It might sound unsafe to run this road, especially given that it doesn't have a sidewalk and the shoulder is only about 2 feet wide, but there is a side street with sidewalks and the lower speed limit is only about 800 feet down the road, so I usually just stay vigilant to the road at the beginning and at the end of each run. The dog's owner's house sat at this stretch of the road. Anyway, the dog chased me just about right up to my driveway, where it got hit and ran over by a van, and ultimately ceased to be, as a series of fortunate events only became worse for me. When the dog's owner and his 3 small children came out hysterical that they had obviously lost their pet, not to mention there were only 3 more young children accompanying their parent in the van, obviously distraught by what they had just witnessed as well, the whole neighborhood came out to see what had happened, and they came to find the dog's owner cursing me out for causing this disaster to happen. How the hell did you do that, OP? You didn't let the dog out. You didn't let the dog unleashed. What were you supposed to do? Just stand there and let it bite you? No, screw that. Tell them that, no. I love dogs, but in this situation, you so far are in the right. But let's continue. I tried to calmly state that I didn't intend for the dog to chase me, and that I've been running on the stretch of road each week, but consoling the heartbroken family and onlookers was just about impossible at this point. After I realized there wasn't really anything I could do to improve the situation, I told the owner that I lived here and would be happy to do anything I could to help the situation. You shouldn't have said that, OP. They're going to think they can get money out of you or something like that because you owe them nothing. The owner is responsible for their dog, just like how I'm responsible for my dog when she would get out and I'd have to chase her at 6 a.m. down the road. You know what I mean? It's not your fault. That is their dog. That is their responsibility to keep that dog, in their yard. I went home after a few moments and the situation appeared to have ended. In hindsight, it may not have been the best idea to tell them where I lived. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. But I don't think anything bad would come of me because of the situation. I was on the opposite side of the road, facing oncoming traffic. From the house, I maintained my rate of speed and direction I went by. I figured the dog should have been put on a leash if it had a history of sprinting off. Yeah, it should have. As it turns out, the owner of the dog is also the head of the highway department in my town and has a lot of pull in the community. Since he's gone on a very long angry tirade on the community Facebook page, accusing me of causing the accident. How the did you cause the accident? This freaking idiot. I would say tell your story on that and hope the people in your Facebook community aren't idiots because it is his problem. He's an idiot and he's blaming it on you because, well, he can't admit that he's wrong for not keeping his dog, trained. Why are you not training your dog to not run out in traffic? Come on. I still in no way think this is my fault, but I have no idea how I'll convince the town I'm not at fault in this situation, given the neighbors' influence in my small community. Moving is not really an option at this point, as I live in the same town my elderly parents are, where I spent a few days each week taking care of them. I'm just worried about going to the store and ending up in a confrontation without people being able to hear my side though. Please let me know if there's any way I could have handled this situation better. I'll let you know right now, there's nothing you could have done, OP. This could have happened to anybody walking down the street. It just happened to be you. No matter what, this is going to happen. The dog was eventually going to escape and get up, into the road because these people did not train their animal, and I know why they didn't train their animal because they're idiots. TLDR was running home when my neighbor's dog chased me and was taken out by a car. Neighbor has a lot of influence in my town, is now blaming me for the incident. Am I the beehole? Yeah, OP. I already said what I was going to say through this whole thing. You're not the beehole. You didn't do anything to the dog. You didn't push a dog into the street. And as someone who loves dogs, I would run away from a dog I don't know chasing me either. Because when a dog bites, it friggin' hurts. Even my dog, who's trained to stay next to me, I still have her leash when I'm walking to places because I don't trust people, on the road, and I don't trust her to walk into the road, even though she's been trained. So these people are idiots. As for the small town thing, I really think this is just going to blow over, like with anything when it comes to people. It's a big uproar for like a week, and then something else happens, or people forget. So I assume just, chill out. Nothing's going to happen. I think it's just going to all blow over. If you're worried about getting like groceries and stuff in your town, does Amazon exist over there? I'm sure it does. Just order some food from there for a week And I think you're good to go. People are going to forget, and this idiot's eventually going to stop. They'll eventually get a new dog, and everything will, calm down. So I think you'll be fine. And our next one is from Paper Dust. Am I the beehole for telling my roommate I don't want to live with her anymore? For many months now, I've been living with my roommate. I considered one of my best friends. Before we moved in together, I agreed I'd help her with things as she needed it, like some financial help until she got a job and providing rides sometimes since she doesn't have a car. Now we find ourselves in conflict a lot because of different lifestyles. The whole apartment is frequently dirty as she leaves dirty dishes, unfinished food and drinks, clothes, and Magic the Gathering cards everywhere. She says she can't clean up. Oh, she sounds like a nasty bee, bro. Leaving all her wash your dishes and don't leave food lying around. That's how you get ants, or worse, cockroaches. Because her depression makes it too hard, and she's too tired after working 20 hours a week. Oh my god, that's a lot of time she worked. I know she has depression, so I try to understand. But whenever I ask her to do things, she gets mad and insults me before saying she can't. Oh, OP. Yeah, screw her. Just ditch the dead weight. Our lease expires in 2 months, so I told her I don't want to live with her anymore, and she told me I'm selfish because she can't support herself. Whose fault is that? That's not your problem. She's not your family. That's not your kid, OP. You have no obligation to her. I offered to pay for her to move back in with her dad. Wow, you were way too nice. I see why she took advantage of you, OP. She saw your kindness and took full advantage of it. But she said she doesn't want to because her mom is very mean to her. I bet you her mom's not very mean to her. Her mom's probably sick and tired of this dead weight, just sitting there not doing anything. She says I should just support her because I have a job that pays decently well. But I'm so tired of the dirty apartment and the frequent fights that I feel are very often mean spirited. I don't think I'm being selfish since I gave her rides pretty regularly and have been paying for groceries since she moved in. She says she'll pay me back when she can, and I offered to pay completely to get her to her parents. But maybe I'm No, you're not, because I know her mom is awful. She probably isn't. If she moves back home, she doesn't want to go home because her parents live 6 hours from her current boyfriend. So how is that your problem? Let her move in with the boyfriend and let him drive her around, but he probably knows what she's all about. Am I the beehole for not wanting to live with her and trying to move her home? No, OP. No, you're not the beehole. You are very kind and a little too damn generous and a little too kind. She's taking full advantage of you, OP. She's not your girl. She's not your child. You are not her parent. She has a boyfriend. Why isn't he, dealing with all this crap? OP, not the beehole, and I really don't think the mother's mean to her. The mother's probably sick and tired of her doing what she's doing to you. And look how friggin' rude and selfish she is, saying, "Oh, just stay here to take care of me." No, OP, get out of there. You got to think of your health and your physical health. Do you want to start fighting bugs and stuff all day? Well, okay, you're doing all this for her, and she can't keep a tidy house for you. I mean, come on. OP, not the beehole. You'd be the beehole if you kept helping her. I wouldn't even pay for her to get back home. She needs to figure that crap out on her own. And our final one is from Ad Entire 422. Am I the beehole for ignoring my coworker when she stopped me on my jog to ask for a work-related question? A bit of a ridiculous situation. I have a coworker who is quite bothersome and tactless. We are working on a project together, so I have to make peace with her. She irritates me. For instance, she occasionally walks up to me on my lunch break as I'm eating with other colleagues and interrupts my conversation, and starts demanding answers to work-related questions on a project we're working on. Even though this behavior annoys me, I try to avoid her, and I always make an effort to politely set boundaries, such as I will take a look at this after lunch. Thank you. She also happens to live just one street down from me, though I've never really run into her until this Sunday. Sunday morning, I was doing my regular Sunday long run, when I heard someone shouting my name through my headphones. I stopped and turned around to see it was coworker hobbling up after me, shouting a question about the Excel spreadsheet I made. I was very annoyed at this point and said, "Coworker, it's Sunday. Please leave me alone until tomorrow." Put my headphones back in and kept running. I heard her shout, "Hey!" as I jogged away. Yesterday, she walked up to me and demanded apology. I apologized for my short tone with her and being rude, but I said it's not reasonable for her to expect me to interrupt my jog on my day off to answer her queries. Later that day, my manager called in to ask what happened, because apparently coworker snitched. Of course she would, she's that type. I explained it, and my manager said I should make more of an effort to be a team player. Am I the beehole? No, you're not the beehole. Why isn't she making an effort to be a team player and respecting her, her coworkers' boundaries like that? Why do you have to kowtow to her? I assume she's brown-nosing a couple people, because she sounds like one of those type of people. OP, your manager probably isn't going to be any help in this situation, and no, you shouldn't sacrifice your off time or your break time for work. Your manager needs to start paying you if he wants you to, if you know, wants you to play ball with her. They want you to work on your day off, they better pay you that whole day. I'm just saying. But I think you're going to need to go above your manager because it seems that the manager won't listen to both sides and has already chosen who he's going to back. So I think you're going to need to go above this guy or girl. I don't know what the manager is, but yeah, go above him. Don't take this crap because you shouldn't have to work on your days off, and you shouldn't have to kowtow or bend the knee to someone taking wanting to steal your time when you know what I mean. She's just rude, and she's probably used to getting her way. So P, not the beehole. Go above the manager. Thank you for making it to the end of the video with me. And can you please do what I said in the beginning? And like, comment, and subscribe. It really and truly does help the channel out. It helps it grow, and it helps you get more videos like this. Velvet out.